Welcome back. Okay, let's look at workforce management. The phrase lazy Nigerian youth is now a social media buzzword after revolting against President Muhammadu Buhari for seemingly using the phrase on Nigerians while speaking at the Commonwealth Business Forum in London. At a roundtable on workforce productivity, the phrase, which ostensibly sets the context for discourse and provided opportunity for experts to proffer recommendations on how the youths can stimulate service delivery for workforce performance.
Employers know that young people are creative, they're forward-thinking, technology-driven, they can multitask, and they can think outside the box. But some employers also say that young people believe they are entitled to high pay without working for it or without being patient enough to get the relevant experience. Some think young people often cross the barrier between confidence and arrogance and even reach the extremes of rudeness. They jump from job to job, company to company. They don't want too much structure within the company. They spend way too much time on non-economically productive activities like social media. And they're always talking about work-life balance. Which employer has work-life balance? Please tell me. But they want to be employers one day because they're always saying, which I want to be on my own. So how do employers get them more engaged within the company and harness them as the assets that they truly are? Perhaps employers should do a little bit more to get them on board by helping them to understand perhaps the vision of the company, to know what the company's objectives are, to talk constantly about the vision, what the company is trying to achieve beyond making profit. Because they say that young people also want to know, how they are helping the world. They're interested in sustainability. They're keen on climate change. They basically want to make a difference. They perhaps should try to hire those whose visions and values align with the company, align with those of the company, and make periodic checks to ensure that the alignments still exist. Perhaps they should occasionally organize these informal gisting sessions where more senior people talk less and listen more and understand why younger people think they need to be heard, and help create those environments that stimulate creativity and fast responses to the changing environment. Young people, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you agree? You're not sure? They want to have training, yes. They want to learn to present themselves professionally. They want to learn to make presentations, to be given opportunities to speak within and outside of the company. All this information I'm giving comes from surveys, done at different levels within Nigeria. They also want opportunities to pursue non-work projects during working hours. And they like TGIF, which is fine, but some people think they like TGIF on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 5 days a week. Really though, we need to find that happy medium for everyone because we must be on the same team in order to move our country forward. For those of you who consider yourselves as youth, you must, as possible, clearly define your values and, where possible, your vision. And your vision can only be an inspiring and inspirational vision if it involves contributing positively to the development of your country. JFK, John Frederick Kennedy, the former president of the United States, famously said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." When you think of what you can do for your country, you will break it down not just into what you can do for you or for your family, for your immediate family, but what you are contributing to your workplace. So you should perhaps occasionally ask yourself how you have helped the company achieve its objectives, or perhaps not focus on the fact that your boss was angry with you over what you consider to be a minor mistake? Are you learning a new skill on the job that might make you more valuable within the office and in the job market? Or are you thinking why your salary has not been increased, even when, to your own mind, the company is making lots of profit? Are you looking at your watch, wondering why it is so slow? Or can you see that your manager is working late, and are you asking him how you can help him, lighten his burden while he's working late? Anyway, whatever choices you make, do remember that in order to be a leader of tomorrow, you must be a good follower today. We learn by doing. We have to make Nigeria work, and it has to work for all of us. And each member of the workforce must see and act beyond their individual interests, beyond their personal interests, and influence those around them as well to do the same and make Nigeria work. So whether you are in healthcare or infrastructure or technology or education, wherever you are, do your best where you are and where you find yourself. Finally, I hope that this summit leads to much better engagement amongst all levels of the workforce, so that we all see better, more positively, the other person's perspective. You have to join hands to make Nigeria work in order to become like China, India, Brazil, and the BRICS countries. We must engage 87 million people, and we must have excellence and high productivity at every level. The future belongs to young people. The future belongs to youth. It can be done, and you will do it.